YouTube. My name is Iwan Sahar and I want to explain about the use of aperture using 50 millimeter, and then also the kit lens using 55 millimeters. We have to put in 55 millimeters. When we try to use when we want to use fixed lens, we sometimes we like to use 2.8, 2 or 1.4. 1.4, the light, the hole is the diaphragm is bigger. Yeah? If you put 8, it will be smaller. If we put 16, it's even smaller. But most of the portraiture usually we use 8 or 5.6. Yeah, for a group portrait probably 11 is still okay. So we try to make a bigger depth of field. But if we use 1.4 or 2.8, so sometimes even for short, for 2 feet 60, for close up, sometimes if you use that, if you take the shot from here, sometimes the eyes cannot be focused. So but unless the pose is like this one, so all the eyes go there, so the eyes can be focused. But sometimes if we make the two eyes cannot be focused, so it's safer if you use 5.6 or 8, the aperture. So the first tips I give, the first one is when we want to choose the room to take pictures. Usually better if we use plain wall, either pastel or white color, or yeah. And also they got a big window, or you open the door so the light will go through. So you can make portraiture, we use window light, or so you can make practice. After that, after you choose the room, second you have to the distance. Yeah, the distance usually normally if you use this one you cannot get more than close than 45 centimeter, but it will be too. For close up probably around, usually below 2 meters. Yeah, the distance between the model and you will be 2 meters, will be ideal to play around 2 meters, or most 3 meter will be too far. 2 meters or how many feet? Around 7 feet. 7 feet will be best to take portraiture, the distance between you and the model. After that, also aperture, but aperture I show the picture the different. Use f.4 or f.22.8. Compare with f.8, compare with f16. So the backdrop is different. In the middle, I think it's still okay. Yeah? It's not too blur, but it's still okay. It's still good. But f16 will be too sharp. So the pores and everything will be detailed. People usually, model don't really like it. The client or the customer usually they don't really like it. So the last one will be ISO. ISO for in the room usually better. I recommend to use 400 or 800 at the most. So you can practice with that. So you don't need to worry about the speed will be too slow, and then it will be shake. If you are beginner, sometimes it's good if you use tripod. Use tripod will be safe, and then the head, and you have to control the head when you take model. You have to eye level. So I think Hi, I want to continue with this one. So how the comparison between 105 or 85 we compare with 70 to 110 zoom. Actually, when I use this one, when I take my son, I stand up, and he was swimming, and so I use 70 milli, and then the other one, when he was walking from distance, I took with 135 or something like that. But usually I even seldom use 210 for close up, because usually the eyes and the ears will be a bit compressed if we use 210. So I seldom use 210. So usually for portraiture in studio, they use in the old days use 105 millimeter is ideal for portraiture, because it will be not too flat between the eyes and the ears, not too flat, so the dimensions still okay. But even sometimes sometimes I prefer 50 millimeters, or even kit lens, because the dimension of the face is even better.